Not embarrassment. Alex Ferguson still quivers at the very mention of Queen's Park Rangers' victory here, which turned the title race in 1992. So it may have been with some trepidation that Ferguson named this team. He's resisted the temptation of starting with Andy Cole. Nicky Butt replaces Paul Scholes to add some bite in midfield. Cantona and Solskjaer have each scored 3 times over the holiday period. So has Villa's leading scorer, Dwight Yorke, but the visitors are forced to make their first outfield change in 7 matches. Ricardo Shimiko is injured, disrupting what is the Premiership's meanest defence. Gareth Southgate is on the way back. Tonight, though, the vacancy is filled by Carl Tyler, normally an understudy to a very stable cast list. Now, and there's a real chance for United here. 3 in the middle. Here's Giggs! How did he miss from there? Well, Steve Staunton's slip allowed Roy Keane to win a ball that he should never have had a sniff of. Cantona, look, he looked up at least 3 times, and maybe the presence of Bosnich actually moving in front of Giggs put the Welshman off, but really, in the strictest terms, there's no excuse for missing that. And no one's picked up Milosevic. 2 on the edge of the 6-yard box. He's being crowded out at the moment, Milosevic. He is very one-footed. And he went down and it's a corner. Dwight Yorke is asking for something more. But Milosevic peeled away, earned himself some space and then couldn't get past a wall of red shirts that suddenly engulfed him. Townsend, the captain, with the kick, and plenty of height available to him. Schmeichel had an anxious moment, but there was a push. Well, these were Villa's claims for a penalty. There might have been something in that. Roy Keane was the tackler. So nearly a slice of New Year cheer from the Frenchman, the Old Trafford faithful. Ehiog's defensive header lacked conviction or direction. And Cantona struck it cleanly enough, but with the outside of the boot it was always going wide. Beckham with the free kick. And Jonsson's header, had it been a yard either side of Mark Bosnich, would have made it 1-0. Lovely flight on the free kick. Forward, here he is. Around Ehiog. Still going, Ryan Giggs. And Cantona! Somehow Bosnich got across and back. Giggs seemed to have a clear shooting opportunity. He'd done the hard part, taking it around Ehiog between the 2 defenders. And there, that was the shooting chance. Bosnich did well. Maybe he thought Giggs should have shot. Yorke, Milosevic, deflected off Jonsson, and behind for a corner. And Schmeichel was lying on the ground when that ball whistled past the post. It was fortunate for Villa, the way the ball fell to Dwight Yorke and then to Milosevic. And Schmeichel was lying prone. Way. And for the 3rd successive match, Andy Cole comes on as a replacement. Cantona. Beckham. Deep for Giggs, Nelson in the way, it'll fall to Cantona. Still Cantona, and in the end a good save by Bosnich, scrambling away. There was a real mess inside the box as Villa attempted twice to clear. Here's the second corner. Cantona. Beckham. Again deflected, Cole! Great save by Bosnich. It really was. And then Beckham scuffed the follow-up cross. Bosnich's eyes that this was his chance to score the winning goal for United. But when Bosnich spreads himself, he can make himself look very wide, and that's precisely what he did. Still May is allowed to run. Giggs, tame cross, straight to May! Been known to score with his head a time or two from set pieces, David May, but not with a half volley on the edge of the penalty area. And for the third successive time, Manchester United and Aston Villa failed to produce a goal. In the context of the title race, it doesn't tell us too much, except this Premiership this season is becoming a story of missed opportunities by the leading teams. In Villa's terms, a good result away from home. Mark Bosnich with a couple of second-half saves that made him worthy of his money this part of the festive season. Roy Keane, a vigorous presence, but not enough to stir Manchester United into a goal. Ryan Giggs should have scored, but didn't. And Manchester United again failed to win on New Year's Day.